We had a question come in to our Instagram Q&A recently asking for this new year, if you wanted to make a New Year's resolution to take every day one herb or one supplement, what would it be? And I thought it was a great question, so we decided not to answer it. But instead,
we're going to expand on it.
To answer a much bigger question.
Yes. We are going to pick out not just a favorite supplement and a favorite adaptogen, but habits and lifestyle ideas, relationship. So stay tuned because this is going to be a good one.
So here we are going to be doing our top tips for 2022. But first, please do me a favor while you're here and we're getting started with this. Go down, hit that like button, and click the subscribe button and ring that notification bell. We love sharing all these cutting edge tips and educational information with you and the journey of our business and chocolate and everything else that we all enjoy so much. And we want to make sure that you're with us for this journey and we would love to have you along. So go ahead and do that. It's okay. Go ahead. You can do it. We'll wait. Now, ready to get started. Where are we going to begin, AnnaBlanca?
I think let's start with our favorite adaptogens because after all, this is our wheelhouse, right? What is your favorite adaptogen?
So I have many favorites for different reasons. And let me first preface all this by saying that this is all going to be somewhat generalized information that we think about 99% of people can really benefit from. Nobody is exactly the same. So of course, this is not going to work for 100% of people 100% of the time. But this is generally going to work for most people most of the time.
Yeah, and what is your favorite right now?
For this question, my favorite is Astragalus. Astragalus is the herb that really should be everybody's favorite from 2020, like March of 2020 on forward. I'll let you figure out that part. But it is a traditional chi tonic, meaning it's improving your moment-to-moment energy, vitality, cognitive function, natural defenses. It is the most powerful, well, not, I gotta back that up. It is a very powerful antiviral herb, helping to boost the immune system, getting all your macrophages and natural killer cells going. And as a protective herb, this is something that has been relied on for thousands of years. It gives you more energy, it makes you sharper, helps you be stronger. And what more could you want in these times than to be protected and be strong at the same time?
Protect and be strong. Oh, makes my heart beat a little bit faster. I really love what you meant. I love listening to when you talk. I can't help it. My favorite currently, my favorites usually change depending what I'm going through my life. But I was thinking if a friend came to me and asked, what would you like to start 2022 with? I would say Schizandra. Schizandra does a detoxification, helps you with sex, and really good for your cognitive powers. I mean, these three things I really think are helpful. It helps you to release that oxidative stress in your liver, and when your liver functions better, your detoxification pathways work better. And ladies, it helps with the quality and the quantity of the lady elixir. So your lady garden will be sweet and nice and juicy. But of course, Schizandra is not a very prejudiced herb. It also helps the gentleman, also in bed, to last a little bit longer.
Or a lot longer.
A lot longer? Yes, so Schizandra is a really sweet herb. You know, when you're...
Not just sweet. Sweet, sour, salty, bitter, and pungent.
Exactly, but it's just kind sweet. That's what I'm trying to do. It's just nice to you in bed. What else? It's also a brain tonic. It helps you with your brain functions, cognitive functions, and memory. At some time, I don't know when, but I know there was a study where they checked with students who, a certain group was doing coffee while they were studying, another one was drinking Schizandra, and on the test, the ones who were consuming Schizandra did so much better. So how about your favorite supplement for 2022, Sage?
I'm going to go here with long-chain omega-3s. Now, these are different from, for example, the short-chain omega-3s, the ALA that you would get in like chia seeds or hemp seeds. Those are decently okay, but they're not on this level of the long chain. So long chain, here we're talking about EPA and DHA. These come generally from marine sources. You get a certain amount in grass-fed meats, but especially from fish oil, krill oil, algae oil. Of course, having good fish, like if you're eating salmon, for example, wild-caught salmon, that's going to be pretty good too. But it's really something that it's great to take as a supplement. As I said, from fish, krill, or algae oil, whatever works best for you. Fish is going to be, of course, the most affordable. Krill is a special form of these long-chain omega-3s that's more bioavailable. And then, of course, the algae oil is going to be amenable to vegans and vegetarians who don't want to eat fish or krill. And so this has benefits, spectacular benefits for brain health, for cardiometabolic health. That one doesn't roll off the tongue so well.
What a long
Cardiometabolic health. You know, things like heart health and blood pressure and cholesterol. And then also very good for, as a building healthy hormones. So these have wide-reaching effects, bringing down inflammation. So again, if somebody was in different particular situations, we may recommend different supplements as the best one for you as an individual. But I think the one supplement that can benefit the most people broadly for long-term physical and mental health would be having a dietary source or supplement source of long-chain omega-3s.
Okay, I take your long-chain omega-3s and I raise you vitamin D.
That's you may have beat me. You may have beat me.
Well, just like to, you know, I mean, we agreed who's gonna take which one, so you know, it was great.
She had the first pick on this one. Okay, I would have said vitamin D too. So omega-3s is like kind of number 2.
But I mean, we call it vitamin, and vitamins are nice. But vitamin D is actually a hormone. I mean, how did it even get the name vitamin 3? When it's a great hormone, an essential, important hormone that we all need. And since the biggest source of it is the sunshine, during the winter we all get like, you know, big dip. So it's a great idea to supplement with vitamin D, especially with liposomal. Pump under your tongue in the morning. That's when I shut up the first time during the morning when I wake up, because I have to keep it under my tongue a whole minute and just let it soak in. It is so good for you. My stage usually tells me happy hormones, happy life. And the vitamin D, it helps with your mood. So imagine if somebody gets the SAD, the seasonal affective disorder during the winter, vitamin D, ladies and gentlemen. And it also, low vitamin D interferes with your testosterone and estrogen productions, which is like the 2 main ones. Yeah, you need it. It also, you know, going back, you mentioned brain health. I mentioned brain health earlier. Brain health, like the kind of brain you have, the more functional brain you have, the happier you are, more successful, more effective you're in your life and everybody around you. You know, because the way you are affects your family. It helps with concentration and learning. Also, talking about the strength of bones, especially for elderly people who have a losing bone mass. It helps you to absorb calcium better. So you gotta have stronger bones. What else? It's so essential because it helps you with the expression of 1,000 genes. Buttload of genes in our body, right? And there comes vitamin D. I'm like, okay, express it in the right way. Don't let it mess up. And vitamin D helps your skin. Eczema, psoriasis, yeah, you know, when you're itching around, a bit of vitamin D helps a lot.
And so important for immune function as well.
Oh yes, immune function.
That was the reason why it would have ended up at the top of my list had she not chosen it first. But spectacular for immune health.
Lifestyle tips.
So our lifestyle tips here are going to revolve around temperature shifts. So here we want to encourage you in 2022 to, as often as possible, get into heat and get into cold.
Heat and cold. They are, of course, the biggest polar opposites, but they are most unbelievable. Wow, can you say this in English? Most unbelievable?
Yeah,
yes.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Go for it.
Most unbelievable, supporting your health. You've been hearing a lot on social media about how incredibly good cold is for you, but so is heat. Heat is wonderful. It helps you activate your heat shock proteins, and those are fantastic boosting your immune system. Don't you think? Yeah. So we're so lucky. For the past 2 years, we had a clear light infrared sauna in here. We are so lucky.
We got our sauna at home delivered just like a couple months before the pandemic. Could not have been better timing.
I know, because we were able to go in, and I really credit the sauna really helping us with boosting our immune system.
Yeah, the heat shock proteins that she mentioned, they inhibit viral replication, and they also help to prevent long-term diseases, things like Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, things like
Oh,
that.
unbelievable. It's so good. So it not only boosts your immune system, it helps you with the detoxification. There's a detox protocol, which actually we should make that into a video.
We made a video.
We made a video?
Yeah, we'll put a link.
We'll put a link underneath. And it boosts your mitochondria, which you really want because the mitochondria creates the energy that helps your every single cell in your body to function. Oh yeah, also helps with the beautification of your skin. Ladies, yes. The better your skin can detox and gets the heat, especially from a sauna, the better and more beautiful it gets. If you don't have sauna, please don't worry. You can just take a really hot bath. It also activates your heat shock proteins.
Yeah, not quite to the same level, but it's absolutely better than not doing anything. And if you don't have a bath, just go exercise. At least do that. Now, to the other side of things, let's talk about the cold. I am a huge fan of getting into the cold. I have been a huge fan for many years now.
Wow.
Let's see, six years of the Wim Hof method. And that's a combination. It's really key to keep this in mind. A combination of breathing practices and cold exposure combined, because they...
Such a badass. Oh my God.
They work very synergistically, these breathing practices with the cold exposure. And it's something you build up to slowly over time. You start just doing 30 seconds of cold at the end of your shower. Next thing you know, you're doing 30 seconds of cold, then taking a hot shower, and then 30 seconds at the end. Next thing you know, you're doing a 3-minute cold shower. And you work on building this up, and then you're going out and doing crazy things. And making people in Canada, which is what happens to me, they wanted to offer me honorary Canadian citizenship, the people that were there and saw me going into the Bow River in Calgary in late December.
How cold was that? I mean, it was record cold that year. And Canadians were really bundled up, and they were looking at this crazy California going into the river and dodging the ice boulders floating down. It was hilarious.
And
my family thought he was crazy, just so you know.
So in terms of benefits, it's not just about getting attention, of course. You're having a lot of benefits for your metabolic health, for helping to burn more fat, and also for helping to make more mitochondria in your muscles, so you're making more energy. And you produce a kind of fat called brown fat, which is the good fat. It's like avocados are the good fat of the food world. You can also say the brown fat is the good fat of body fat, because this is the fat that you don't see. It's not like adipose fat, or it's not like, you look at someone and say, whoa, he's got a lot of brown fat. You can't see it. It's in places in your body that you don't see. But it's brown because mitochondria are brown, and they are so concentrated in the brown fat that it turns the actual fat brown. And this is a fat that actually helps to burn fat, keep your body temperature up. And so it's fat that burns fat. It's good stuff. And cold exposure is also strengthening your nervous system, improving your stress resilience, helping with your sleep, helping with hormone health, helping with mental clarity, of course. Believe me, the moment you get in that cold, you are not drowsy at all.
And you're focused. You're so focused. I watched him get into this bathtub full of ice, and I tried to put my feet in there. Yeah.
But at the same time, you don't love water temperature in the 30s and 40s. I know. But 50 and above, which is still super cold, like winter ocean temperature.
Winter ocean, I love.
You love it. She goes absolutely wild in 50 to 60 degree water temperature. So you're
actually, I stay in like
wussy.
how long do I over half an hour sometimes.
She often outlasts me in that temperature zone.
And people going with a wetsuit, I go in my little bathing suit. So yeah, that's true. But I like the long-term cold water, like the one that you can really handle with your body. Like, yeah, I get a benefit from that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anti-inflammatory. Okay, so I'm an honorary badass. Thank you. Habits. Everybody talks about between January 1st and January 14th, habits. All right, what do you think would be a good habit?
I'm going to say using a squatty potty or something similar to elevate your feet about 6 to 8 inches when you're going number 2. This adjusts the angle of the last section of your colon to make you be able to go to the bathroom faster and have more complete clearance of the colon and have less straining. So you're relieving constipation, helping to prevent hemorrhoids, and really getting everything out, because you don't need to bring the shit of 2021 into 2022.
makes me laugh all day long. Okay, mine is not this funny, but I think I really hope my okay, I'm laughing like a kindergartner, but that's most of the time how much I can laugh. I am a big list writer, a list organizer, task organizer, action planner. It's one of my superpowers. So I found if I write a to-do list for the next, at night, before I go to sleep at least, for the next day, I have 3 amazing benefits. Number 1, I fall asleep easier. The wheels on the hamster wheel stop spinning so much in your head, because most people I know, they keep thinking of what else, and especially women. Honestly, I need to do this and this and this and this and this and this, and if you just get it out in one order, like, you know, the number 1 things I would like to get done, and the things that I really hope, emails, phone calls I need to take care of, and what are the errands, and what are the things I need to do at home. Put it on a little card. I used to have it in a book, but I realized, why do I keep all to-do lists in a notebook? If it's done, I throw it out. I don't need to think about it anymore.
The final part of our setup tips for 2022 is going to be around relationships and our ways in which we relate to others. A lot of this has been taken away from us, and we've been deprived of this in 2020 and 2021. And there's been a lot of
isolated.
And there's been a lot of forces at play to change the way in which we interact with others. Both the quantity of time that we spend with others, how we spend time with them in terms of online versus in person, and when those interactions happen, what is considered the right way to interact with others has also changed.
You speak differently with a person who's right in front of you. You have more compassion and respect if you can actually see their faces than if it would be online when you're more anonymous. I realized that there is a sentence that's being said over and over again. It says, now more than ever. Yes, we are really going through some really shitty times. Shitty years, people. But if you really think about it, there's nothing new. The human race has gone through really horrible times over and over again, and we persevered. We recovered, or we made it right. And after all, I believe that we preserved our humanity. And there was sometimes the worse things get, the better people risen above it and were good to each other. So this is what I would like to focus on more. And my suggestion is just surround yourself with people who are inquisitive, strong, smart, very supportive, and above all, kind. Just kind. And you know what? Sage has a really amazing extra advice about this. So I love his point of view.
Not so much about in a sense being kind, but my tip in this department, I would say, and this is something I've been really intentionally working on for a few years, and it's something I hope other people work on, because it just makes it a nicer world. And that is engaging with people not only who have the same opinion with you as you, but who have different and diverse opinions on things, and who very possibly disagree with you. But the way in which people do this at the moment generally is super aggressive, really unfriendly, and I don't think it's cool at all. To me, I would love people to be able to interact with people that don't agree with them in ways that are kind, respectful, don't necessarily need to smash the other person or slam. You know, like every other headline you see, this person slams this person slams this person. Let's
cancels that person.
Let's stop slamming each other and just have respectful, mature disagreements, it's much better, and then we could probably grow as people as a result of that. And I think a key element in this is that, of course, you feel very passionate about the things that are going on in your life and your views of the world, but don't be overly forceful and overly aggressive when in the conversation with somebody who disagrees with you. Try to do it in a way that you still remain friends, you still can respect each other, you recognize that you have different perspectives, and maybe through this conversation, maybe they will come around to see a bit of your side. Maybe you will come around to see a bit of their side. Maybe not. Maybe you will just kind of use it as a thought experiment. And through this, you will refine your own understanding of your argument and think about better ways to present it. But so often when people end up in these conversations, one person, or maybe both people, bring to it more power and aggression than is really called for, or than can really sustain a pleasant interaction and a sweet, kind, respectful interaction.
Oh, like we were talking about, it's almost like looking, you know how puppies, like dogs, like to just roughhouse and play with other dogs and even with you, with their humans, and they put their little jaws over your arm, but they don't break skin. They will never break skin. And I think people should play like and interact like dogs.
Or it's like,
Don't break
even like when young kids are wrestling, you know, two young boys might be, you know, 6, 7 years old and wrestling around, both having a good time. And that's great. They both have the emotional intelligence to know there's a certain limit of what you're allowed to do here. You're not going to grab a heavy item off of a shelf and beat the other person's head in with it. It's going too hard. So we need to rediscover this sweet spot in disagreements with others where you don't necessarily go too hard. You just enough.
Let's hope. So we are thinking that let's make 2020 an awesome year.
Yes. So we hope these tips have been helpful for you guys and will bring a little bit more goodness in this year for you. And we hope it's an amazing year for you all in all. Thank you for joining us again. Before you leave, please don't forget to like this video, hit the subscribe button, ring the notification bell, and let us know if you have a resolution for this new year, something that you think you're going to do that's going to make this a better year. Let us know down in the comments below. We're very curious, and who knows, we may even adopt your resolution into our lives as well.
I'm curious about that, yes. Happy New Year from both of us. Thank you for being here with us.
Have an amazing year and look forward to seeing you again here next time.